Hello, everyone, and welcome to the September 2022 Raptor update. In this month's update, we're going to focus on high school logic. We've added some new features to Raptor for helping you to process high school transcripts. In this month's update, we're going to focus on a new feature called the high school checkbox. We'll show you how that works. And then we'll focus on some additional techniques that you can use to get the best results when you need to process a high school transcript through Raptor. So let's go ahead and take a look at the high school checkbox. So here's Raptor. I'm going to go ahead and load up a transcript. So this is a high school transcript. Notice that we have a new checkbox now in Raptor called Use High School Logic. So you'll know that you might need to use this checkbox when you see that the transcript differs significantly from a United States college transcript. So you can see that the layout and the format of this transcript is quite different from a college transcript. So in this case, let's go ahead and check the Use the High School Logic and then just click Process File. It's important that you have the Raptor Optimizer turned on as well. You can see that, as usual, we detected 2 columns. As always, if the columns that we find is not right, you can use the slider to adjust that. But as you can see, using the high school logic, it's a fairly strong result. And we can look at the courses that we pulled in here: biology, English, geometry, global studies, and so on and so on. You can see we also pulled in even the second column, which ends in physical education. So that's the concept with the high school checkbox. Use it, as I said, whenever you have a transcript from a high school that differs significantly from a college transcript, the way it's formatted. Why is it different from a college transcript? Well, most noticeably, we don't have a subject and a catalog. On a college transcript, we're still going to have a title and some kind of grades and credits, as you see coming in here, title and grade and credits. But most noticeably on the high school transcript, we don't have anything like a math 101, or in this case, biology 101. It's just simply not present at all on the high school transcript in this case. Let's look at another example. So one of the things, looking at our agenda, one of the things we want to point out is using the column divider and using the area selector to get best results. So this is a 2-column, multi-column transcript. So go ahead and position the slider. We're going to go ahead and check the high school checkbox here, and we're just going to process it. All right, you can see it's a good result here. As you can see, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these courses, and you can see it's a good result as we step down through the transcript. Now, you can see that we picked up the units and we picked up the grade, which is in some cases a letter grade and in some cases a numeric grade. In this case, on this transcript, we actually have a catalog number which Raptor pulled in from this column here. One of the things that we learn from this then is to use the column divider when you're processing multi-column high school transcript. One thing I've also pointed out is be sure to have the Raptor Optimizer set, which will help you get the best result with high school. If you're not sure how to set the Raptor Optimizer here, take a look at your user profile. If you go to your profile, this is specific settings to you, and you can always turn on, always start with Raptor Optimizer. If you're not using this feature, you might want to try it and see if you get good results. All right, let's go back to our agenda. Let's look at the area selector. Okay, going to go ahead and select another transcript. Okay, so this one is definitely different from a college transcript. In this case, we're going to demonstrate the area selector. If you're not familiar with the area selector, it's this box shape here, and basically you can select any portion of the transcript. In this case, we're going to select this column here and just help Raptor out in understanding that this is a section that you want. All right, and we're still going to check use high school logic. We can see that we have Raptor optimizer set here, and we're just going to process the file. Okay, and you can see that's a good result. So we have the catalog number here that we pulled in, basically the course number. We have the title and the units and the grade. One thing to point out here is you also still have view alternatives. You can scroll through the different options in case there might be a better one, just as you always can do this when you're using the optimizer. Okay, let's go ahead and close that. So the technique we're demonstrating here, just to recap, we showed the column divider, we talked about area selector. Let's talk about drag to fill cells. So yes, in regard to high school transcripts, there's going to be some data elements that will not be located. Either they're not at all on the transcript. So in that case, if you need these data elements, year, term, and subject, we're going to show you drag to copy. Like in this case here, you can see that the courses are grouped by academic year, 9th, 10th, 11th, basically the grade of the student. So if this is important, if this is important data elements to you, you can basically fill these in with drag to copy. So let's say we're going to assign a certain section of courses to the fall of 2020. You can just drag this as you would in Excel and just drag and fill these in, right? You might say these are 2021 fall. And again, just select the cells, look for this angle in the bottom corner here, and drag to fill in. This will save you time when filling in columns that you need that simply aren't on the transcript. Same thing with the subject here. You can fill in a generic subject if you like, or if your business process allows, and then just drag to fill in the entire grid. You will sometimes notice you get this friendly message suggesting techniques when Raptor detects that you're doing a lot of editing. You can simply close this pop-up. And of course, you always have edit mode available to you. If you may sometimes find that it's easier to edit the transcript and to fill in these missing columns using the edit mode. There's an entire video about edit mode available here. All right, so at this point, we've covered all these techniques, drag to fill. Let's look at the S1, S2 layouts. Okay, so look at another example of high school. What is S1, S2 layout? So that's specifically when you see transcripts that have two grades basically on a single line, right? This is a course that went across an entire year, and they have the semester 1, semester 2. Raptor can process these to some extent, but this is on our roadmap to improve in the future, the semester 1, semester 2. So you're going to be seeing some updates coming to you in the future regarding this particular kind of layout. But when you have this kind, you can go ahead and select the high school logic and make sure the Raptor optimizer is turned on and go ahead and process it. All right, so this is a good result. And we're going to be doing more work on the S1, S2 layout. Finally, let's show you one more example. And the point here is that many times a high school transcript may actually be very similar to a college transcript, where you have the subject, catalog, title, and all the things that you're expecting to see on a college transcript. So in this case, you don't need to select the high school box at all. You can just use standard Raptor logic. So my optimizer is working here, and I'm just going to click process file. Right, so this is a very good result because this transcript here is essentially very similar to a college transcript. So we have the subject and catalog, and the only thing you might need to fill in here is the years and the terms before you could push it into your student system. All right, so those are the topics for this month's update. Finally, be sure to share with us. So we know that high school logic is something we're going to be working and developing on going forward. Please do continue to share with us examples of transcripts, and we will continue to build out the logic. Remember, you can share with us by clicking on the chat and sharing here, or you can click share a transcript with us here and share it with us here. So this has been our September 2022 Raptor update focused on high school logic.